That day, my son just waved at the window and was shot dead by 2 white police officers. They searched the car afterward, but didn't find any weapons. All that was inside was his driver's license and a college acceptance letter he had just received. The 2 officers immediately panicked, but they didn't think about admitting their mistake. Instead, like always, they handcuffed my son and planted an unregistered handgun next to him. They made it look like my son had attacked an officer, and they had stopped him. You could tell by their smooth actions that this wasn't the first time they had done something like this. It wasn't until later that I got the news of my son's death. When I saw James lying in bed, I completely broke down. I ran into the bathroom and cried uncontrollably. The next morning, we received a report from the police stating that James had been shot on the spot for refusing to surrender while armed. But I didn't believe their investigation for a second. I knew my son too well. He would never do something like that. So I went to find those 2 police officers, hoping they would apologize to James.
You can't even bring yourself to apologize.
I don't apologize for doing my job.
You don't realize that kid you killed, he has a father with resources, a father who's gonna use every single resource he has to make sure you never forget the day you pulled that trigger.
Like I said, I don't apologize for doing my job.
My wife finally couldn't take it anymore and slapped him across the face. But the white officer just smiled condescendingly. The next day, I managed to contact the mayor and arranged a private meeting. But when I got there, it turned into an official discussion. Even so, I still hoped he would take James's case seriously.
I'll speak plainly. As an institution, we have to trust our officers unless we find evidence to the contrary. You've seen the defense lawyers attack them in court. If we lose that deference, then every slick lawyer in the country will be walking shysters down the street.
He also promised to get me the highest possible compensation within his power, but on the condition that I would never bring up the case again. I flat out rejected his offer. Back home, I reached out to an officer I had helped in the past, hoping he could help me find some clues. So he used his position to sneak into the archives. Sure enough, he found something. The records showed that 3 years ago, the same 2 officers had killed a boy for refusing to surrender while armed, and the gun found at the scene was exactly the same as the one next to James. So I went to the address in the email and found the boy's family from that case. But the boy's father thought I was there to cause trouble.
Hey, fellas, is there a problem?
I quickly pulled out James's photo and explained what had happened, asking him to join me in suing the city government.
Okay, check it. House coming up, we live by code. You take mine, I take yours. You never snitch on your homies. Police, play by the same rules. You shoot a cop, you're lucky to make it out alive. So you say you're a judge, right?
Yes, sir.
How many times you see a regular cat with a complaint against a cop?